Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of MOME Showcase. Today, I'm in my town at Arbos, and I wanted to show Chickenator XL. This was from a challenge that we had, I guess, just around Christmas time. We had a farming challenge, and we had, I judged the 3 top farms that were built. We had some prizes and whatnot. And I built something too, but I never really reviewed it for everybody. I just did it for the participation factor. So what I've got going here is a giant chicken farm. Some people have seen this already, but many of you haven't. We ran it a few times just for fun and had everybody on the server over for chicken. So I'm going to go over in a little bit more detail. I am having some problems with one piece of it, which I'll talk about after. So anyway, basically what we've got here is an octo-barreled chicken cannon. So it's got, this thing here's got eight barrels in it to fire, well, and there's 2 of these, to fire, well, I guess about just a little bit over 2,300 eggs into these chambers here. So each chamber ends up with about, I don't know, 1,150 eggs fired in there in about 72 seconds. We're gonna run it. It's all operated by a computer up here. So that's how we actually do the timing and whatnot. So got a somewhat complicated red power program running on here that's already started. So all I have to do when I want chicken is just come up in the control center, push the button, and that starts firing off the eggs. Watch that for a second. This thing's pretty entertaining. When I first started playing Tekkit, the server I was on was really slow. And it took me like an hour to lure 2 derpy chickens into a cave to start breeding them. Just because of the tick rate. So ever since then I've had this obsession with making really large chicken farms. I don't run this very often because it can lag the server depending on how many people are on. We can't go in there. You can see there's 8 dispensers firing. The problem I'm having is, of course, these chickens get up on that platform and then they obstruct the bottom cannons, which creates a huge mess. The eggs start bouncing off the chicks. So anyway, while this is firing chickens and goes into the incubation phase, I'll talk a little bit about this timer in the background. So this here is our it's a 20-minute timer, because that's about the life that or the amount of time that it takes a chicken to incubate. I'm having problems with it though, so it's not actually working. Normally it counts down and gives you something to do while you're waiting, but for some reason these I/O buses, the ribbon cables that control the lights, aren't connecting anymore, and I don't know why. I've tried resetting them. I don't have a screwdriver on me. I'm not going to troubleshoot it right now. But so this computer here, it ties into a timer that we have down underneath the chicken cannon, and it just monitors the state and changes the numbers to reflect what the state is of the timer downstairs. But without those ribbon cables connecting, I can't actually make the light board light up, so that's not working. So yeah, so now that the cannons have unloaded, I've got somewhere in the vicinity of 250 to 300 chicks between these 2 canisters. Let's go take a look inside. This is where the output's going to be. All the chickens are going to get pumped in here. Now both these cannons are basically the same on the inside, so I'll just show one of the 2 sides. So what we have in here, we've got, this is the inside of the cannon. 3 ribbon wires, or 3 cables that are connected to the main computer, and color-coded, of course, and we've got a sign on the wall that explains it all. Sorry about the lighting in here. So green is the priming wire, black is the item detector wire, and red is the firing wire. So right now it's priming, which is why that's flashing. The item detector, actually, is it? No, it's probably fully primed already. Anyway, it automatically loads eggs. Oh, look at this. It automatically loads eggs back into dispensers so that it's ready to fire the next time we want to use it. This happens. See, when the chickens get caught in that section in the front there, they bounce back. Sometimes they end up in here. Like mice infesting your house. Anyway. Yeah, so basically pneumatic tube system that loads the priming chest super fast to keep it full all the time. Since I'm using an elk chest, this can hold about 1,600 eggs. And then that automatically reloads all the dispensers. Each cannon can hold about 1,664 eggs in the dispensers. And then this item detector, that's what we've got all the logic running off of to tell the computer up in the control center whether this thing needs eggs or not and what it's supposed to do. So let's go down here. So these are just a chest of extra parts. Down here, this is where we've got our chicken pens. So I've got 8 elk chests here, and I've got 2 breeder pens down here, and all they do is lay eggs. We try to stay away from this area because these chests get super full. So I've got 8 elk chests full of eggs. With all the elk chests full, this thing can hold about... This thing can hold about 13,000 eggs, roughly. 13,300 eggs. With this, the priming chest, the cannons, the whole system holds about 19,000 eggs at any one time, any one given time. So, underneath the cannon, we've got basically wires run from a town power center and down to 2 Tesla coils. It's pretty loud in here. There's one on each side, and that's what's going to kill the chickens. And this is underneath in the center of the 2 cannons. This is sort of the timing mechanisms that wire into the computer to time the different phases of the chicken cannons running. The firing phase, because we need to run that for exactly 72 seconds to control the number of chickens we spawn. The incubation phase, which is set to, I think it's set to 20 minutes right now. And then we've got the killing pulse, which it's not very long. I think we run it for 10 seconds or so, something like that. Yeah, 10 seconds, just to make sure everything's dead. And when it does fire, the filters are gonna... I think they're filters, or they might be transposers. Yeah, they're filters. No, those are transposers. Transposers are gonna suck all the chicken meat and feathers and any eggs that get laid. Gonna pull it all into here. The chicken is gonna get pulled into the cooking oven, which is overclocked, and then it's going to pump it all into the chest upstairs. The feathers are going to pass through, and they're going to go straight upstairs. And then what we have is we have a filter set to pull any eggs out of the system and just incinerate them. So, and it's the same thing on this side. The 2 sides are basically identical. It's very noisy up here. Alright. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this thing run through its cycle, and then we can catch the end while the chickens are being murdered, which is probably the most entertaining part. So, I will see you in a minute. There we go. Boom! Oh, man, I love that part. Oh, one little bastard survived. Anyway. Oh, that's great. So anyway, now the chicken's being pulled down there. Actually, if we punch a hole in this, we can go down and take a look. So here it comes from the transposers, picking up all the chicken, doing a little bit of sorting, cooked chicken coming out. Goes pretty fast. See, I'm pulling out one at a time. I guess that's slowing it down. That's okay. So it can cook way faster than it can actually pull the chicken out of the... Look at that. And that's it. Extra eggs get incinerated. And we got chicken. So, that's the Chickenator XL. 200 chickens, you gotta wait the 20 minutes. There's nothing you can do about that, but 200 chickens cooked with the press of a single button. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's all I wanted to show today was the Chickenator XL. And stay tuned for another episode of MOME Showcase.